Everybody of hospitality, friend Glenn here. Listen, we already know Actabl gives you the power to profit, but now they're giving you more actionable insights to drive that profitability. Do me a favor, take a moment and check out hoteldata.com. You're getting set for budget season, right? And this new benchmarking data is going to help compare your hotel's performance for the rest of 2025 and into 2026. Please check out hoteldata.com or the classic actable.com. Have a great day and enjoy the show. Hey everybody, welcome to No Vacancy Live. Thanks so much for spending some time with us today. I'm excited for this one. Multiple reasons. First and foremost, Dr. Producer Suzanne is joining me today, which I love. And of course, I'm Glenn Hausman. We're going to be talking about something really cool because you all know I'm a little bit of a theme park geek and I love the whole thing about how it comes together. In fact, I'm going to IAPA this year for the first time. If you're going to be there, come see me. But one of the things that I always thought was cool, Suzanne, back in the day is I stayed at the Hilton Anaheim one time when I had 6-year-old twin boys. So it's going back a little bit. But I loved and was fascinated by the fact that it was near a major resort, that they had a massive group business. They had, I think, airline business coming through with all these different components, the convention centers right there, all of these things. And it's kind of like, it kind of got me excited. So when the opportunity came up for us to interview the general manager today, I'm like, we gotta get on this thing, right?
I guess you geeked out. Okay, this is gonna be fun today.
All well, it'll be fun for me. Not so sure if it's gonna be fun for Sergio Bocci. No, over here. Sergio, hey,
Good morning.
congratulations. Cool gig. You've been through a major renovation. But before we get into all that, how long have you been running the Hilton Anaheim?
Well, been here 2.5 years,
Hmm.
but I am a 40-year veteran of Hilton. I started in 1985 as a bell person, believe it or not, over at the Hilton Irvine, which is now, I believe, the Hyatt over there off the 405. So,
Wow.
yeah, I've been around, been 9, 10 hotels, and I've been at this property 3 times in 3 different roles. So I've seen it evolve over the years, but exciting to be back.
It
Where's your
really
first no, I wanna know what your first role was in the hotel.
And this one, I came over as director of guest services.
Okay.
And then, shortly after, I'd been in guest services for a while, and, oh, one of the great things of Hilton, right? I walked down to the general manager's office today, looking for something new, love the hotel. So my new was, housekeeping. So I ended up going to never thought about housekeeping, never
So
ever
many people don't, so I love that you embrace that.
Yeah, and I tell you what, you wanna learn how to run a hotel like this,
Mhm.
go work in housekeeping, because if you're not organized and you can't, it's not gonna work. So, no, it was exciting. It was a great start, and then bounced around to several hotels over, up and down the West Coast, and a little time in Cabo, down in Mexico a couple times,
terrible.
and back.
What was your first GM job?
I'm sorry, my first GM's job was at
General
the
manager.
DoubleTree Mission Valley, down in San Diego. And that was, I went from actually, I was hotel manager here and then went down there as general manager. It was interesting because a little hotel, 300 rooms. I walked through the kitchen like the first week, probably, 25 times a day. And then finally they'd ask me, can we help you with something? It's like, no, I'm used to being walking around
Yeah.
something a lot bigger. So, no, but a lot of fun. Very interesting.
Hysterical. So, our other producer, Dave, is GM of a 500 room hotel, which is pretty cool. Yours is 3 times plus the room count over there. Sounds like you have colossal opportunity and colossal challenges as well to keep that a smooth running ship. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you see every day at the property, and then we'll get some questions going from there. And of course, frame it within all the great work that you've done in reinventing the property.
Sure. No, really, this property, it all relies on the team. You can't, it starts at the very beginning with the team members. And my philosophy has always been, if you take care of the team members, they'll take care of our customers. And, then I should be out of a job. That's kind of the idea. Right. And you're one of the things about a property like this, you're very selective as to who you bring on board as far as leadership. We really don't have the time or the ability to say make this a learning experience for a director, right? They have to come in.
Well, that's what a
Would
lot of
have
the other hotels in the area are probably for, the smaller. properties, right?
Exactly. Each hotel, again, at DoubleTree, I had the opportunity to do that, right? We were able to bring in, you know, a lot of energy and basic knowledge and help them develop. Here, it's something you got to hit the ground running, and we've been successful. We've got a great, fantastic new chef, great new hotel manager. So it's one of those things you have to be very, very selective about the property. But daily, it's depends what day. We just finished up an association group this weekend, and we're leading into fresh products, our vegetable group, vegetable and flowers, and it's going to be massive. It's a citywide, so it just depends on what day. Then we shift into our transient business that loves Disney, right? So it's
So how much square footage do you have in meeting and convention center space in there as well? Because I know Glenn
total
mentioned
space.
And
We have
it's into the Anaheim Convention Center as well, so it complements that nicely. Just for people that don't know, Sergio,
Yeah,
please.
correct. We're about 50 yards off the back door of the convention center. So it's a short walk. And really, we have 150,000 square feet. We're have twin 28,000 square foot ballrooms. And then we right on the roof of those ballrooms, we have twin 30,000 square foot outdoor spaces.
wow.
And then as part of our renovation, the space, our pool deck got completely redone. We're able to use that for more space.
That's
It's
pretty cool.
exciting. It's really, it's great to see it evolve.
If my twins decide to get married on the same day, I know where we're gonna get them married.
I hope you got a lot of friends because it is.
Nobody likes us.
Yeah, no, it's a big, and it's a columnless, so it's interesting when all the air walls are back.
Oh,
When we do a little a managed team building event. We played frisbee golf with a little dog frisbees throughout the hotel, and the ballroom was a big hit, right? Because you could throw that frisbee forever and not hit anything.
That's great. And ballrooms that are columnless are pretty rare, so that's a great selling feature that you guys
That
offer.
really works well. It fits a lot of needs as far as the type of groups we do.
So
That's
you've
what
been
they're
there 2.5 years, and obviously you're probably really integrally a part of the redesign, reinvention of the property. As you were going through that, what were you thinking about how to make this building fresh for people in 2025? Because I don't know, but I'm just guessing the building's got to be 40 to 50-year-old range at least,
that's
right?
pushing with open in 85,
Yeah, for
84. So
yeah.
it's pushing 45 years, and
No,
most of the
about 50
buildings
now,
are.
man. We're getting old, dude.
Yeah. And one of the great things that we did to the renovation, obviously the pandemic, uh, as hotels closed down, things happen that you wouldn't imagine ever happen, right? Waistlines go bad. So part of our renovation was a pre-renovation event to redo all our infrastructure pieces,
Yeah,
waistlines, supply lines,
yeah.
brand new internet, brand new everything. So that was a great start.
That's
Um,
because you turning a negative into a positive, you had the ability to get it done quicker. Because you're every time I've been and walked through your property, it's insane how many people are there.
yeah, you're not going to be able to do anything in here when we're busy. So
Yeah.
it's just constant. But no, and then into the design piece, we're really focused on it's two phases, right? We have our transient guest that is that Disney guest, is that guest that comes to Southern California for events and things. And also, but our group customers are hugely important. So independent, you take that group customer, you split it up into two buckets, right? You've got the professional tech pharmas, then you've got the association groups that are they both have different needs.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of the room was set up more for a group customer, I believe. The transient customer can enjoy it. After lengths of stay is a little bit over, almost 3 nights,
Mhm.
so that helps. But they're fresh, clean,
Yeah.
plenty of space, those kind of things.
It makes sense to me to go for the business customer because the transient customer doesn't mind the business elements, but if you don't have the business elements, you're not getting that category of person.
Exactly. Yeah, the tech part, the ability to networking space, our new lounge.
Right.
We went from 73 to almost 200 seats in that lounge. And that's a networking spot, right? That's not only for after business, but it's during the day. It's absolutely full all day long, and there's plugs everywhere, and there's brand new
That's
Wi-Fi, and
Just
all
what
those
I was
things.
gonna ask
and
about those plugs.
Yeah, considering that probably half of all
Have them everywhere.
the video blog, it's very important, that they could get that stuff uh, on there.
Exactly. No, and part of it is it breaks into my every GM wants to be a designer, right?
Yeah.
By interior designer. So I can't move furniture because all the plugs are built into the ground, so they're stuck with where they are. So it works out good. But no, it works out great, and really focusing on that group customer is highly important. That is a major part of our business.
So how do you
And we
think
want to make sure we're
how do you think about booking all the business when you have certain periods where you're going to get citywide conventions at the convention center, your 150,000 square feet, and then you also want to meet that transient guest as well? Is there a certain pecking order of them? How do you figure out the timing of all of that? What is your DOSM and you have to worry about and figure it?
if we had about 3 hours, I can um but
We'll do a Disney thing. Your 3 hour glorious finale. You've got 1 minute.
there we go. No, it really, we set calendars. Obviously, you're booking. You don't book a 1,500 room or a citywide in 1 year. Usually,
Usually 5 years out.
2, 3, 5 year. We're booking. We've got sites now for 2033 and 2032 and those kind of things. So that kind of sets your calendar as you move forward. We know that January through roughly May is group season. Holidays slide when school stops. Or school starts, it really slides off a little bit, and then transient kicks in. So it's just a matter of balancing. We do have we put a position in called a space buster attached to our revenue management team. And
Yeah.
basically what Cora does is she sits down and coordinates with revenue, with the sales team, looks at the space and says, here's your windows. And part of booking it is moving it a little bit, right? So if a group has a little bit of 1 or 2 days extra they may not need, we can move them back on the front end, and on the back end, move the other group over. You can create another week and you can sell that, right? So that's a big piece of it.
Are you finding on the association side that some of these groups have a little bit more flexibility because of the nature of the type of business that they are in terms of their volunteer with their association membership, and that it can then help you fill some of those gaps a little bit better? Or is that still a unique challenge these days?
It's still a little bit of a unique challenge. Associations tend to like the same windows they
Mhm.
travel in.
Yeah.
Yeah, their members are used to that. Um, part of our sales structure is huge relationships with these groups. We know who they are, we know where they travel, and get out in front of it, right? Make sure they're fitting the spaces that we need, and we're meeting what their needs. We had this group that's here this last weekend, been back 3 times already, want to come back, but they're going down to the Hilton San Diego Bayfront next year because we don't have the space for
That's an
them. So,
by the way.
and I told them, you'll go down, have a nice meeting. It'll be amazing. You'll have a great time, but then you'll come back and have an amazing meeting here. So, it's a good thing to kind of have groups move within the brand to see what's out there, but also we build those relationships, right? We have a great events team that these customers come back and know that they can rely on them and have a great meeting.
I got a geeky housekeeping question to ask you.
What do you want to know?
How do you think about the differences between conventioneers and room cleaning time versus Disney families and room cleaning time? And how do you compensate that with making sure you're scheduled all right?
Next question. No. No, obviously there is a huge impact, right? Your kids are customer.
Was just an event for 5 nights, and I had the do not disturb on the entire time. But if I'm family, I wouldn't. So that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously a balancing act, but we do have floating credits for our team members, for our room attendants. Obviously, what we try to do is when you have a large contingent of transient, and the usually the checkout's consistent, right? It's usually a Sunday night, something like that. Um, we bring in people to come in and strip the rooms, take the linens out, have the room empty. So when the room attendant gets there, it's more spending time on the quality of cleaning them, making sure that it looks like no guest has been there in the past, right? And focusing on that. So it is a little bit of a balancing act in labor, but it really a machine like this, you can't not do that kind of thing. You'll never get it done. You it's got to be perfect. It's got to be right. So it's you got to be thinking ahead of the game. You can't if you think about it the day of, it's too late.
Yeah.
So
What's the most check-ins or checkouts you've had in a single day?
1,300.
Out of 1,575 rooms.
Yeah, what we do is our group max is 1,300 out of 1,574,
Right.
and that allows us to keep roughly 200 rooms for our honors members
Right.
that come in and out. There we have consistent honors members. But we have 1,000 out.
Parking spots out front?
We have plenty of parking. There is a massive park. It's a I think there's something like 1,200 spaces in that parking structure. So it's, but no, I think it's, you've got to have, again, organization. It's the digital check-in, check-out really helps, right, to move that along. But yeah, we've had 1,000 out and 1,300 in. It's
Yeah.
a lot of line touching. We have our Starbucks right in the lobby, so
Yeah.
we come out with little Starbucks samples and
Nice.
and put out cookies and put out lemonade and whatever we can do to soften that blow. Right?
Yeah. In March, Suzanne and I and some other people were at a conference, and it took us hours and hours to get into the room. That was just, we knew we appreciated the hotel, but it's tough go for every.
Yeah, we try to make sure we communicate. If it's a group, obviously communicate with the meeting planners to make sure they understand the timeliness of it, what's going to happen. Transit's a little bit of a different story. So we really try to really just when they walk in, it's like, be transparent. It's going to be a little while. We'll store your bags. Let us get you to Disney right now.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Go enjoy your day. Be back. The room will be ready when you get back. Those kind of things. Really try to leverage the attractions, right, what we have around us. So.
Yeah, with all those moving parts, how are you and the team starting to integrate AI into the efficiency of what you're trying to accomplish?
Right now, it's a study of AI.
Yeah.
There really we haven't set anything off. Hilton again is very very cognizant of the customer promise and customer touch points.
And I should say they've been working on stuff for years. They're just not out talking about it.
Absolutely right. It's all see where it fits best,
Mhm.
and more of a support than it is taking over. Right. How do we modify it? And there's been conversations, and I've been a beta hotel for a lot of different things. I'm off that list. I don't want to get beta anymore. They'll fix it and tell me when it's ready and we'll use it. But no,
Well,
it's
with that volume of business, it's hard to be beta and be able to do everything else well because
yeah.
one
But
little
it's interesting. And there's some stuff coming down the pike that should be a lot of fun. But again, it's more support than it is taking over anything. It's not.
Yeah,
The dip one's not intended for anything else.
with people so focused on technology, how are you thinking about staying close to the customer so we don't lose that humanity aspect, which can be really challenging in such a massive environment such as yours? I see it happening in the mega resort, integrated resort kind of world too.
Yeah, we have Kipsu. It's the messaging process, but it's more. We want to make sure it's a two-way communication. It's not just pushing things out. It's also being able to communicate back to the guest. And whenever we can, if the guest, I'm here in the lobby, come out and see you. Have our managers make that contact. Make sure our team members have that contact. Um, our lounge staff. The great thing about having a lounge right in the lobby, uh, there is a lot of team member contact, and I think that's huge. It's we can't operate. You can do the one night digital check in, digital check out, and maybe you're in. But if you're here for any kind of length of stay, then it's important to really have that touch points because that's what creates a memory, right? It's not that piece that you sit there and I've heard in the past that what's your best flight you've ever had, right? What happened? And people say nothing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Best flights I ever had. I'm like, thanks for a forgettable flight.
But you got left on time, got your seat, got out and landed, got your bag.
Mhm.
A little bit of that in the hotel business, but we got to be careful because we want to make sure we have the touch points. We want to make sure that you have a great stay. Nothing happens, right? We don't want you to have an issue with your room or anything else, but also want to make sure that you feel like this is a place your home. You want to be.
no.
Yeah, I want you to be able to go to that computer when you book your next visit to Anaheim and not have a doubt.
That's right.
Yes.
Now, with the
Hopefully.
increased volume of mobile check-in, what are you seeing, like, your ratio looking like versus traditional line check-in versus the use of the app to be able to get in? Because obviously
Yeah.
that's gonna make an impact to those touch points.
Yeah, we're finding it's right around 20% for this hotel. Again, it's a little different when you have the group business that some may have it, some may not. Um, One of the things we do is we make sure that there's a touch point. We started a little with our honors members. We started
I was gonna say without
a golden egg, a golden egg.
higher percentage of them that do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we started a golden egg process that basically you check in, and there's a basket of eggs, and you pick one out, and there's something in there for you. Maybe some points, maybe a free cocktail, maybe a free upgrade, something like that. And just again, something that's fun for the guests, something fun for the team members, and they enjoy doing it. We can move that around to different departments, and anything we can think of that creates more guest contact.
Love it.
Love it.
What are you most excited about going forward at the Hilton Anaheim?
Yeah, actually, the future of Anaheim is fantastic. I mean, I think our renovation was timely in the right sense. Where obviously, the Olympics coming up, but with FIFA being in Southern California next year is going to be huge. The opening of OC Vibe, all those pieces are it's going to the big light shining on Anaheim over these days with Disney Forward. Disney's always been a fantastic partner with the hotels in the area, and we look forward to that.
OC Vibe is the complex opening by the stadium, right? The new entertainment complex.
Correct. Yeah, it's 3 times bigger than LA Live,
Mm.
and they're gonna have, it's more, you have theaters, you have, venues for concerts, you have, upscale restaurants, it's kinda like the add-on to Disney for adults, kind of
Yeah. And
it has
hopefully you guys
more to
will get
offer.
a Skyway from over there
Yeah.
too. Yeah, there are
Yeah,
a lot of rumors about
they're
that.
talking about that right now, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, for those people who don't know, because of where it's located on the other side of the highway, it's almost kind of like the city's been split in half artificially. So by being able to have the Skyliner kind of thing pull people over, it'll create that seamless transition. Then I'm pretty sure at some point Disney's gonna buy the Grove area and do something over there. I don't know anything. I'm just saying that makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know anything either, but
Yeah.
no, that makes a lot of sense, it does. They're planning to looking forward for the next, I understand it's an outlook for the next 30 years,
Yeah, you're correct.
but,
They
and that's gonna involve a lot of
If you don't
different
know, they finally
a lot
looked
of
at
different pieces.
the town, city of Anaheim, it's Disneyland forward thing. So now they've got an idea of where they can build certain elements, and it's just a matter of figuring out what's going to go in some space that they have, plus this massive empty parking lot and across from the Grove. So there's all that too.
This is where
So
Glenn's
it's gonna be the I
theme
it's
park
gonna be the
geekiness
new
comes out.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be the new biggest parking lot in the world when it
yeah.
gets over there, so
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I'm a sucker for parking garages. What Universal did in Florida was the coolest parking garage ever. And I love what they did at Disneyland in Anaheim as well. That first one, I think it was like 10,000 cars or something ridiculous. Like maybe that one's
yeah.
6,000 or so. It's ridiculous, whatever it is. It's
Well, it's 17,000,
17.
and the new one's gonna be 20. That's what I understand.
A lot of cars. And remember, these are American cars, so they're twice the size of European
You
cars.
gotta make space for trucks now. You can't, they're not the little cars anymore.
Sergio, any give us a moment in your career where you were like, want to do it, but I have to do it, and I know if I do whatever it is, I'm gonna be much better off, and my life will be better on the other side of it.
Wow. Um, I think when we got to it's funny, it's the little hotel
Yeah.
at, the Doubletree Mission Valley. We needed to get that back on the map, and it's a little residential property. It's in the middle of Mission Valley, so there's surrounded by condos and different pieces like that. So we had to balance that, but really taking a stab and really driving group into that little hotel. Um, we looked at it and said the space to guest room ratio is pretty good. It's 20,000 square feet to 300 rooms. That means that big monster group that is taking over the massive Bayfront hotel, and you come in with 200 rooms, you're going to be lost, right? It's one of those things that. So we were able to refocus our sales effort to find those groups, and it was a challenge. I mean, it was trying to convince they want the big
Yeah.
piece. So we really geared our services towards group in that hotel, and it turned out fantastic. Our ownership was great and helping us renovate and making it more group centric. Working with Encore for the technology, and it was something that you sit there and go, I really don't want to do this because if it fails, what are we going to do? Getting back to where we were it was doing okay, right? But you obviously take a little bit of risk to get it to the next level, and we did. It was fantastic, and then basically I went on vacation in December. So it was
I wonder what a vacation is like. I have no idea. But if I
yeah,
do, if I do get away, I'm going to come stay with you
yeah.
and do all of
You'll
that.
love our new pool area. It's fantastic.
Uh, Also, I love lying by the pool and saying I'm gonna go in, but
There
then
you
not
go.
doing that. Is there anything else that you got for our friend Sergio over here?
I think you have a great future ahead with the renovation. I love hearing about the lounge space. So, continued good success, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you, Sergio. And speaking of appreciating people, we appreciate you guys out there. Please check out this. Subscribe, like, share, all that kind of good stuff. Get the podcast wherever you get your shows. But most importantly, we hope that you learned something today. So remember, you've got one life, so blaze on, eh?
Follow your passion.
We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.